These guys, they do half what they denounce behind the scenes. Commentary, everyone does it. Why do you think mostly?
Hello and welcome to yet another video on Viaki, or Viaque, aka ZV, or as I like to call him, Vicky. And on today's video, we will be going over some very interesting information that has quite recently come to my attention. However, before I go into that, I suppose I should provide to you a recap on who the fuck this Vicky even is, as many of you may not have seen my previous video going over him about 4 or 5 months ago that I'll be linking up above and down below somewhere. So to make this recap very short and sweet, Vicky is a Splatoon YouTuber that goes over degenerates primarily within the Splatoon community. And on top of all of that, he has been, shall we say, the subject of much criticism given the fact that he has decided to go on this years-long fucking crusade against Caitlin Coy. Now, regardless of the bad things she may or may not have done, because I don't entirely know, because this video isn't about Caitlin Coy, it's about Vicky, this guy has gone out of his way to, quite frankly, harass her in the most strange and psychotic ways possible. One of those ways was that he got blocked on Twitter and decided to then etch her name into a fucking tablet and then record that and then upload that to Twitter. Because that's not in any way, shape, or form psychotic whatsoever. And furthermore, the other thing that this guy had done in regards to this person was that he decided that he was going to fucking sick the UTTP after her, which resulted in them going physically to her house, recording the outside of her home, and then uploading that to the internet.
There it is. You do not order pizza. Stop, we do not. I'm not walking up there again. I think I saw a camera. Doorbell camera. His ass does not want to speak. Loki, walk back to me. I'm walking back there.
These are a couple criticisms that Vicky has not done a very good job of addressing at all, and has largely made excuses for it, like, I was a minor at the time.
And I'm going to take full accountability for this because this was actually unhinged. I did this when I was a minor, significantly younger, and I intended to do it as a joke. Like, I'm going to be so honest, I genuinely did not understand, like, how unhinged it would be. Like, I thought it would just genuinely be funny. I was obviously younger and more immature. I had no idea they had any ties to the UTTP, nor did I even know what it was at the time. I just thought they were a bunch of persistent yet innocuous trolls. I didn't exactly see them as a threat. Yeah, I can imagine Caitlin Coy was probably creeped out by this, and yeah, I apologize. So I made the moronic decision to tell them to go after Caitlin Coy instead, seeing as they were already orbiting the Splatoon community. I redirected them. I did this with the impression they just spam her comments a bit. Caitlin would block them out, as she has an extensive history of blocking people over the smallest things, and then this chapter of her lives would close. This was obviously not the case, as they've been harassing her for over a year now, and I apologize. I feel like what also didn't help was I was surrounded by people who were condoning this behavior. Like, this entire time I've been surrounded with a bunch of people who would condone this, and over time I just felt like I just rationalized that, yeah, this is fine, this is something that I can do. If I was under any pretense they do what they did to her, I would have never redirected them in the first place, so I wholeheartedly apologize and take accountability for this. I mentioned this in another segment, but I'm incredibly used to contacting older mutuals about issues like these, and instead of getting guidance, they'd use it as an excuse to ridicule or use it against me. I feel like I just added on because the people who were actually condoning this were adults. They were older than me. They were grown adults who were condoning this, and I feel like that really influenced me more than it should have. Big difference is I was a minor who didn't know how to treat a situation, who also didn't know the extent or the dire consequences of my actions, while you were 29, fully aware of what was happening.
And what's really interesting about that is that, well, this guy makes a living just actually moral posting in his videos. Like, he's constantly crying and virtue signaling and talking about just how horrible and disgusting things are.
This is one of the most slimy, disgusting things I have ever seen in my life. Joke or not, knowing what content he makes, and even the timing of this was just gross and insensitive. I'm not going to deny the fact Kluger's behavior towards Zeal was quite gross. You are a disgusting, slimy person. The fact that you're trying to use the fact that you attempted against me is revolting. It's genuinely disgusting. I just think it's kind of gross how you'd spread patent misinformation. These messages, despite being corrupt and missing context, only leaves us with disgusting, vile implications. I know I've been joking around the video, adding little jokes here, but you are genuinely one of the most disgusting people I've ever dealt with. Trying to rope me into this is genuinely disgusting. I made the videos because I thought this behavior was disgusting. This is revolting. You are disgusting and slimy. How dare you come over here and try and use the fact that you attempted as some kind of ammunition against me. But to send someone into his server to give you updates on his activities is actually just disgusting. This is just disgusting behavior. You need severe help, like severe mental help. I mean it when I say you need to shut the fuck up when it comes to this, because you are in the wrong here. You have not been through what I have. Like, you can't be this desperate to protect your image. This is disgusting. But it's lately been under fire for the most grotesque and vile behavior I've seen in a hot minute. Because this isn't even a bad look anymore, it's disgusting. I am not asking for any grandiose apology, nor anything performative, but what I am asking for is even a semblance of accountability. You have slandered me on 3 separate counts in front of 200,000 people, solely because I left a comment which hurt your feelings. You're allowed to have your feelings hurt, you're allowed to dislike me, but going as far as to victimize someone who has victims of her own, all to get to me, it's utterly grotesque.
Meanwhile, this is one of the most psychotic people I've ever seen on the internet.
I have this archive of a video of Lio saying that his grandpa raped him. It should not be that funny, but it is. Okay. Anyway, you say okay. I just find it crazy. Grandpa? He's old! How did you let that happen to you?
In response to my claim that he is obsessive and clinically psychotic, he decided to, instead of addressing that at all, to point the finger at me and levy a pretty seemingly serious criticism my direction. A criticism, by the way, that I'm gonna have to address here because it comes up yet again a little later in the video. And so in preparation for that, I wrote up an entire statement and decided to print it out. I will be reading you this statement now. The main criticism of me that Viaki brings up is a nearly 7-year-old video I uploaded to some shitty ragebait channel that's no longer even public.
Now, I'd like to reiterate, Bianca was a minor at the time of her unfortunate passing, but this didn't stop people from claiming she deserved or mocking what happened to her, solely due to how she manipulated men she dated and or slept with. Gilded was no different.
The video was on the 2019 murder of Bianca Devins that I uploaded a mere 4 days after her untimely death. This is a video I didn't stand by even a month after uploading it, as I would quickly unlist it, and is a video I obviously don't stand by now. There's several fair criticisms of this video to be had, such as it's cringe and tryhard, I show 0 receipts, I rage baited at the expense of any points I may have had, and I didn't wait for all the facts to come out before making the video public. One of those facts being her exact age at the time of her death, an important fact even some mainstream media outlets would initially get wrong. This is likely due to the fact that Bianca had a history of frequently claiming to be older than she really was. With all that in mind, Viaki's claim that I said or somehow implied that she deserved to die is directly contradicted by the fact that I explicitly say the following a mere 2 minutes into that video.
Now, if you come in here and but did she deserve to get killed? Like, I don't give a fuck about deserving, right? It's not about that. I'm not saying that she deserved to be killed.
If you dig far enough into anybody's internet history, you're gonna find that just about everyone has cringe moments they voluntarily put online that they wish they could have done differently. But you didn't need to cut important context that contradicts your narrative, Viaki. That's gay.
Come on, man.
Anyways, next chapter. So one of the other criticisms that Vicky came after me for was his claim of racism, calling me a racist. He based this on 2 very important things. One, the aforementioned 7-year-old ragebait channel, and also the fact that I said the slur. In fact, he has a whole montage that he made of me saying the slur. Hey guys, you can't say nigger. The word nigger, say nigger. White people say nigger. Saying nigger. You say nigger. If me saying nigger, just hate me. I'm the one here saying people say nigger. So it's very interesting that Vicky equates saying a slur to racism. It appears to be the case that that's the part that upset him the most. It seems to be the case that me merely saying that was a big major component of why he called me, yours truly, a racist. And, well, I don't know. Would he say the same thing about this guy?
I'm
Oh
fucking
my
killing
God,
myself.
bro.
Alright,
I'm actually killing myself.
okay, go ahead and do it.
Oh my god. You know, sometimes someone to do that, and if they actually do it, you're gonna go to jail. You fucking, right? You fucking.
That true?
Yeah, you wouldn't know that because
shit.
you're fucking. You don't even know how fucking
Is that
what fucking
true?
gender you are. And I quote: "This peanut butter munching is trying to have sex with me right now." In my DM.
No. In fact, actually, he laughs about it. Yeah, what was funny about that? What was the joke? To quote you, like, what was the joke? Where was the punchline?
These just aren't funny? Where's the funny?
But another thing that's kind of important is that Vicky has stated that, that he likes targeting black people, and that he should do it more.
So is this a black person? I'm gonna bully him. I can get my VC up so I can bully this person black. Bully this black person. I need to bully more black people. I haven't bullied enough black people lately.
Damn. Bully yourself?
Yeah, I do. I love bullying black people.
Now, some of you might stop me there and be like, yeah, but he's black. And as true as that may be, I have to ask you, what if he wasn't black? Would that suddenly make it bad? If that suddenly makes what he says bad, then the only racist here is you. Because targeting people entirely based on their race is, well, racism. That's what that is. Regardless of what his skin tone is, if he's targeting people because they're black, well, then that would be racist. One thing I find funny, too, about, like, you know, racism and him targeting black people is that there's actually a video where he made a thumbnail that just points an arrow at whoever he's talking about in the video and it says black. He, would later change that thumbnail. So it would appear that Vicky at least somewhat agrees with me, funny enough. And what's really funny about it is this may be further explained by the fact that he is black and he wishes he wasn't.
I think I heard you say slurs, but the only thing.
Yeah, I said retard. I think those are the only two slurs I can actually say. Those are the only ones I can get away with. I can say retard, I can get away with that. I can say because I'm black. Wish I wasn't, but
Yeah, like, so he's a self-hating black man who likes to target black people, but complain whenever white people use slurs that were invented by white people to make fun of black people. And so therefore, he's not the racist I am. Even though I don't think at any point I have actually ever unfairly targeted individual black people because they were black. But he has, and he's not racist. Interesting. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think the racism allegation from Vicky was at all serious. I don't think he actually thinks I'm racist. I don't think he actually even cares at all. And the reason I don't think he cares is because, well, he says that all commentary people lie, him being a commentary person. So, here you go. Here's a clip of him saying just that.
It's just weird. Like,
that was weird.
I don't know why. Like pretending to be like pretending to be someone you're not, and like lying to the audience and who you are, and
Every
then
creator does that. Every creator does it. Every creator.
I don't.
Every creator lies about who they truly are to the audience. They may have one specific take here, but they don't actually hold it. It's like every creator grifts, they LARP.
You know, well, that's fine, because he also then says, of course I lie, I'm a commentary person in this clip.
I'm a liar?
Yeah, you're a liar.
Of course I am, I'm a commentator. We all lie.
Like to me.
Paulo lied how many times in this video? This guy
Several.
lies so much. Not that I personally care, I'll glaze Paulo no matter what he does.
He's just openly admitting to being a liar. So I have trouble believing literally anything he's ever said. I have trouble believing he cares about literally anything he ever talks about, because he just straight up admitted that he lies to his audience and says that everybody does it. Now, I don't know about you. I don't fucking lie to my audience. Why would I? What the fuck? That's fucking weird. What's the motivation for that? Why do you do that, Viaki? And you cannot say he was just joking, because these were candid recordings that he wasn't expecting to be recorded in. And we know this because there's literally a DM of him requesting these recordings that he didn't see coming, but on top of that, he actually deleted his entire side of the DMs that he had with the person who recorded them. It's not a joke. Like, he knows this looks bad. And the biggest irony of all is actually the following clip, where he then goes on a tangent about how it is that all of these YouTubers look like hypocrites the moment the leaks drop.
Most of these guys, they do half of what they, like, you know, denounce behind the scenes. In commentary, everyone does it. Why do you think most of these leaks come out? Because they all do it. And the people who leak it look like hypocrite losers because they were fine with it the entire time.
Ironic. Fucking hilarious irony. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So in summary, he is willing to not only lie, to misrepresent people on purpose intentionally to make them look as bad as possible in the eyes of his audience, but he is willing to, on top of that, brag about doing so, to brag about lying to his audience in recordings that he in no way, shape, or form were expected to release, let alone be recorded in the first place. So, right out the gate, he's a liar. But in the next chapter, it only gets worse. Yeah, so for this one, I would advise you follow suit, because it's a rough one. So after hearing a few of those little excerpts of conversations, you may be wondering, wait, who is even recording these conversations? Who's the other person in these conversations? And how the fuck did you wind up with these conversations? Well, the person who recorded all of this, the person that leaked all this, is Dreamer72. The astute among you may know who that is, but for those of you that don't, Dreamer72 is yet another person that's been A-logging Lio Convoy obsessively for a really long time. And on top of that, made videos about me and several other people within the commentary space. I think that even includes Beckett, if I recall correctly. And before I answer how I got those recordings and what led to those recordings getting leaked, I should point out the reason why they're being recorded in the first place. I interviewed Dreamer. This is what Dreamer had to say upon me asking that question. What motivated you to record it in any of those calls in the first place? Like, what was the cause for that?
I just wanted to record everything. Secretly,
Do you normally record everything?
Yeah. And I just archive it.
This is, you normally, like, so you just do this all the time, basically?
Yeah.
So, aside from the answer that Dreamer gave, I want to point out that many of you might be saying, oh, well, that's psychotic or something. And most of you that would say that are not in these circles, or you don't really have any risk of anybody recording you out of context and leaking these recordings out of context, right? Because if you are in these spaces, like the ACC spaces or regular commentary, you run the risk of, whenever you network, bumping into the wrong person that doesn't like you, they start A-logging you, and all the clips that they release are the clips that you don't get to combat because you don't have the full recordings, they do. And thus, as a result, they dictate the narrative and you have no way to rebut them. Ask me how I know, all right? So, yes, fundamentally speaking, there is nothing wrong with Dreamer recording every conversation Dreamer is in, and given the fact that Dreamer also had a YouTube channel at the time of recording all these things, and was talking in a GC with multiple other YouTube channels, it makes perfect sense that Dreamer would record those calls. I think that's perfectly fine. Now, the reason that all of these got leaked is because apparently, at some point, Vicky wanted to date Dreamer.
Aww. It's because of the 9-year age gap, isn't it? But I'm legal.
Yeah, there's the conversation. It's rough. But you'll note in this conversation, there's a discussion about how Dreamer doesn't really want to bother with that because of the 9-year age gap. And you'll note as well that it took a little convincing on Vicky's part to get Dreamer to kind of come to a point where, you know, Dreamer would be like, yeah, if you play your cards right, blah, 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 blah. I need you to make a mental note of that. That'll be important a little bit later, I promise. So ultimately, they decided to e-date. And this resulted in some very interesting conversations like this one about, you know, asexual versus aromantic or whatever cringe shit.
Dreamer, did you know I'm aromantic?
Yeah, you told me once. Or like it
Did
brought
I?
up in the it was brought up in the conversation.
Oh, so you were reading it. Very scary.
Reading what? Was
We
it
had a
in text?
conversation regarding that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I read it. Yeah.
What do you think? What's your opinion on that, Dreamer?
I think it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's fine?
Yeah. It's just what you do. It doesn't
Just
hurt
what you
anyone.
do?
Yeah, it's just what you do. It's just how you
Is
feel.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
I think it sucks.
You do?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's not a choice I made.
Yeah.
It does suck. Like, a lot. Like, immensely.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
you wouldn't get it, Dreamer.
Yeah. I wouldn't. But I understand it.
And how would you understand it?
I don't know, I just understand the concept.
Which is?
That you don't, like, love someone? Or, like, there's different kinds of aromantic.
Which is?
Is it just sexual or just the romance part too?
Asexual and aromantic are two separate things.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Ace
Never
is
mind.
the same thing.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Although I guess that means, you know.
Means what?
Nothing.
Oh, no. You can't just blue ball me.
Yeah, I guess that means we can't be anything other than
That's
friends.
not true.
Not true?
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Alright.
You don't know how it works, do you? That's so silly, Dreamer.
Well, I know it, like, changes from person to person.
Because that's just not how it works, Dreamer, at all.
Well, you can teach me.
For instance, that's like saying that an aromantic person could never have kids.
No.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
I guess I was kind of being ignorant there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You're being
I was very
ignorant?
ignorant. Yeah, I was ignorant. I shouldn't have said that.
Are you going to learn?
Yes, I'm gonna learn
And what are you going to learn, Dreamer?
about you.
And the thing that's really important to note here is that from the very start, Vicky was hyper aware that Dreamer was trans, that Dreamer had been on HRT for the better part of a year before they even met. Up until these calls, I didn't even know about the trans thing, for the record, so that was complete news to me. So I just,
Yeah.
you don't seem very public about it. So like that's
Yeah.
why I was kind of curious. Like, I guess the question I should be asking is, when did you tell him about the trans thing in the first place? Was it like immediately or later?
Like, I was open about it a lot. I think at the very beginning.
Okay. So he knew
And
from the start.
Yeah, before we even started dating, he knew I was trans, or like had, you know, I was thinking about stuff.
And how long have you been like on HRT and stuff like that?
I don't remember, but like over a year now, I'd say.
Okay, so longer than you've talked to VAK, basically.
Yes.
And I bring this up primarily because, you see, that would cause tension, apparently, between the two of them. And it all started from, as far as I can tell, from a YouTuber that goes by 9 Takes saying the following.
Well, I'm gonna fucking rape them. I wasn't joking.
Jesus.
Whoa. For free?
What? For free? I mean, if you're asking, I mean, I can help you out if you want, CV.
No.
I can't tell if it's ironic or not. Are you guys actually dating? Okay, they're
Skibidi toilet.
They want to know anyways. Am I mudded?
Hi.
Am I mudded, chat?
Hi. No, what
I
all
didn't know
this,
you two were, like-
what?
I didn't know ZV was actually gay, so all those like sexual jokes he's making to me weren't jokes, dude. This is fucked
No,
up.
I'm not! Okay, I do what I want.
Well, this person in the call with us is trans and they have a cock, so you are gay, like objectively.
I do what I want, 9 Takes.
And by the way, before we trek too far down this particular rabbit hole, I want to point out, if I had said any of the shit that 9 Takes has said here, or the shit he said in the clips I showcased earlier, I'd have not one, but 2 fucking videos coming after me by both Vicky and Dreamer calling me a racist transphobe, right? So I kind of find it annoying that they were just fine with this and thought it was, in fact, funny. I would not get away with that. At all. Not to say that I'm throwing any shade at 9 Takes by any stretch of the imagination. It's not his fault that Viaki has a habit of just dragging random people into GCs against their will. But either way, the point still stands. I find it very interesting that he gets away with it and I don't. It must be the plaid, the cigarettes, and the slurs I occasionally spew, because that's not, you know, also kind of racist, but I digress. Ultimately, this entire tension between Dreamer and Vicky would increase after that call with the following.
Like, you keep talking badly about, like, when I talk about, like, being non-binary and stuff.
Oh my god. Dreamer.
Yeah.
It's not real, Dreamer. It's not real. It's not real, Dreamer. Live a reality, bro. It's not real, bro.
I don't understand why you're like this.
It's not real. It's not real, Dreamer. It's not real. It's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
It's not real, bro. It's not real. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's not real, Dreamer.
I don't get it.
It's not real. Why do you sound so evil and depressed? What happened to you?
What?
You sound so emo and depressed. What happened to you, buddy?
Because you're like disrespecting me.
It's not disrespect. It's not real, Dreamer. You need to live in reality. You seriously need to live in reality. It's not real.
What do you mean not real? It's an identity. You can't.
Oh my gosh, Rhea. It's not real. It's not real. You're either a female or male. There's no other option. There's no other option, Dreamer. Unless you're intersex, there is literally no other option.
And again, to make this very clear, Vicky knew from the start that Dreamer was trans, and despite that knowledge, still continued to pursue Dreamer, only to now completely shift and go full-blown down the, like, trans people bad route, and it only actually gets worse.
Are you gonna change your mind on being trans?
What?
Are you gonna change your mind on being trans?
No. What do you say about that? What?
So you weren't groomed, right? No grooming.
No.
Were you bullied?
Yes?
Okay, that explains it.
Explains what?
Most trans people have something in common. They're either bullied or... So either bullied or... I'm trying to remember this more. Bullied or groomed.
Like, do you want to learn more about it?
I mean, you're bullied or groomed, and that's all I need to know. Realistically, I don't know why.
Or
It's just sad, really.
I can show you stuff about being trans, and maybe you can watch it and get a better understanding.
I've had, although I don't know quite good of research on it, it's an illness. People get really upset when you tell them that, but it's an illness. I'd say about 80% of them love grooming little children. It's very scary.
Like, you're being serious, right? Like, no jokes, this is how you feel.
I can tolerate them. I'm quite the tolerant person. They love them, they love grooming children. I'm sure you're not like that.
Like, nothing will change your mind.
You seem to care so much about this subject, Dreamer.
It's like, it's part of me.
No, it's not.
Now, unfortunately for Dreamer, Dreamer continued to deal with that, to pursue Vicky, and did not see the red flags, did not see the writing on the wall. And as a result, they broke up. And we have a recording of said breakup. Here.
You know, trans people are pedophiles, you know that, Dreamer?
No. Am I a pedophile?
Yeah, they are.
I had 20-year-old.
Yes.
Like 26.
I'm a pedophile?
Oh, I don't think you're a pedophile.
Well, I do.
Why?
Because trans people are pedophiles.
No.
Yeah, they are. I think we're gonna have a really big falling out, Dreamer.
What?
Why?
We're gonna have a really big falling out, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Why?
Because you're trans. At first I tolerated it, but I don't think I want to tolerate it anymore.
What do you mean?
So there's an ultimatum. You either turn into a normal person, which is a male, or we end it off.
Are you kidding, ZB? Are you joking?
No, I mean, I'm serious.
Are you memeing, or are you...
No, I'm serious.
I don't think you're serious.
No, I'm being serious.
I don't know if it's possible.
It'll be over.
No, over?
It'll be over, Dreamer.
Why are you doing this, bro?
Yes or no? Are you going to quit being trans?
Why are you doing this?
Yes or no?
Why are you doing this?
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, it's over then.
What do you mean it's over?
If I get cancer, my Make-A-Wish...
Okay, ZV, what?
What's that? What's that?
I think it was some... Are we gonna play VR?
I put everything in Ireland. No, we're not.
Why?
Guess what, Dreamer?
What?
Guess what?
What?
We'd like kick off the GC to get this guy in. It was Sagias, wasn't it? You're trans and let me unring this loser. Okay, now the leg trackers have finally finished charging. They're finished.
Are we gonna play?
Of course not. I don't play with trannies. So, this is what's happening. Like I said, this is the one last chance. If you agree that you will stop being trans, so that's the only option you have.
CP, why? Like, you're actually make me upset, ZB.
That's the only option.
I don't understand.
I mean, if we don't want to, it's fine. We just end it here. It's perfectly fine.
You were fine with it, though.
No, not really. I was tolerating. I'm a very tolerant person, but I'm not feeling very tolerant nowadays.
Like, are you being serious? Like, actually?
Yeah.
Well, then what happens if I say no?
Then it's over. That's perfectly fine. I'm not necessarily concerned.
I just want to play VR with you.
But I guess it's just happening, and it's fine. So, this is one last time. Are you going to? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Bye, Dreamer. You're not gonna say bye back. Let's go.
No.
Bye bye.
Why you...
Yeah, that's pretty rough. You know, detransition, or we're never talking again. Yeah. Now, I know you might have heard that clear as day, right? I know that might seem exactly like what he said, but you're wrong. He didn't actually say that. You see, because later on, after that, Vicky decided to contact Dreamer again because Vicky was freaking the fuck out that Dreamer was talking about all of this. And so he calls Dreamer on the phone, and, well, this interaction occurs.
So what do you see? What is your goal? What do you think you're going to achieve from this?
Nothing. I just want to talk to you about, like, what's happening. Because it's like, I don't want to, like, you know, fight with you or anything.
Oh, we're not fighting. It's just over.
What's over?
It's over.
But why? Just because I can't be trans?
Yeah, he's freaking the fuck out. And in fact, this is actually evident in the screen cap I showed you earlier when you expanded a bit and see the full context of the send me all those calls.
Send them to me in DMs, Dreamer. Then you're lying. Don't talk to me, pedophile. You're a creepy groomer who preyed on me. 9-year age gap. You didn't send any calls, and you're lying to me, and you preyed on me.
Yeah, he's kind of scared of any of this releasing, for whatever reason. In my opinion, if you're trolling, you shouldn't be bothered by any of this, especially not so bothered that you delete your entire side of the conversation and continue to freak out, asking Dreamer to release the shit to him and all that shit, probably so he could build a counter-narrative, but I digress. In the end, however, Dreamer takes the opportunity in this conversation to ask Vicky, hey, what happened between us? And you know how earlier he was like, detransition or else? Well, if you heard that, nuh-uh.
no recollection of ever saying anything regarding that.
You did
Listen,
that.
no, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Why are you lying?
Just straight up gaslighting, bro. Just why? Why? Why lie about this? Just be honest, right? And the thing is that it actually gets substantially worse, because it turns out that there's another call that happens well after this, and this gets expanded on significantly, and it's hilarious.
So he told you can't be trans and that he wants to date a real boy? Is that basically what he said?
Yeah, I guess.
What the what?
Dude,
No,
you-
nigga, why are we lying?
You're gay?
What?
Dreamer, did you guys have a private call where he said this, or did he DM you it?
Yes. It was in the group call.
I never said that, Dreamer.
Fucked in this game right now.
ZV, it's okay if you said it.
Why are
dude.
you
can have
lying?
your own. You can have your own preferences, dude. So like, ZV told you that you can't be trans, and then he kicked you from the group chat.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Wow.
That's not
ZV,
true.
ZV, that's fucked up, dude. That's so fucked up.
That's not true. That's not true,
You're
Dreamer.
evil.
I would never say that.
So you guys broke up, or like, were you never actually dating? Like, I'm actually lost now. Like, I thought.
Never together. I was just playing with him. You think I'm 19? He's 28, buddy.
Wait, so you were just like fucking
It's
with him?
giving. Of course.
It was a
We
gay
thought
up,
we were.
literally.
So you were literally. So
It was a gay off.
Wait, so you just never liked him? I'm lost. Like, I thought you guys were friends.
So you gay up the person with like 60 subs for.
I was bored. It was very entertaining. I can't lie. He even bought me a game on Steam, and he also bought me Robux, $25 worth of Robux.
So as a result of this, a very important question arises. And that question is simply, did Dreamer and Viaki really date? And the problem is, no matter which answer you give, there is no option here where Viaki just looks like a normal person. If your answer is no, then you're sort of forced to just take Viaki's word for it, that this was all a troll from the start, a literal gay op. In which case, you sort of just have to acknowledge that Viaki is literally a sadistic psychopath that just dragged Dreamer through all of that shit for the fun of it and, I guess, $25 worth of Robux. And honestly, that option makes the most amount of sense without having to answer a billion fucking questions that come as a direct result of answering yes to that question. You see, whenever you answer yes to that question, you kind of are actively arguing against Viaki's argument that it was all a gay op. And you do so by having to ask, why did you delete the GC the moment this controversy began? Why did you delete your end of your DMs with Dreamer? Why were you having 10+ hour candid conversations with Dreamer, calls that you weren't even expecting to be recorded in? Why, after you had already cut contact with Dreamer, did you demand of Dreamer that Dreamer give you copies of these recorded conversations once you learned that they were leaking? Why did you call Dreamer again after you had already cut contact, demanding that Dreamer screen share their DMs with someone that you believed Dreamer was talking to about you?
What's this 1 HP voice?
I just
Did
woke
Wolfgang
up.
DM you?
No,
He did.
maybe.
Oh, he did. He
What?
did. What did he say?
Nothing.
No, you said maybe. So he did. What did he DM you about?
CV is about this.
What did he DM you about?
Nothing. It's not
He
important.
DM'd you about something. No. Because he told me that he DM'd you. So, what did he DM you about?
Oh, what you did to me.
What did he DM you about? No. Please do tell. Please do tell.
How you treated me that night.
I'm literally gonna leave this call if you do not tell me.
What? It's about when we had falling out or whatever.
No, I think you should screenshot and show me.
Why?
I'll just leave. Like, I was literally watching a movie before this.
Why are you doing this? Like,
You can, like, I'll just say this one last time before I actually do leave. You can screen share or I'm going to leave.
okay, hold on. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is this the recent thing? That's it, huh?
Yeah.
You message got Keller recently, that's so cool.
What's this about?
Why are you now referring to Dreamer as a pedophile for the same age gap that you brought up when you initiated this idea of an e-relationship in the first place? Why are you continuing to message Dreamer well after you had already cut contact, seemingly with the purpose of bullying and or shaming Dreamer into silence? If the truth is on your side, Viaki, why would you so blatantly lie about why you cut contact with Dreamer in the first place? In fact, why would you do literally any of this if all of this was really just a troll, a gay op? And so in summary, the question as to whether or not Dreamer and Viaki were actually dating is not exactly a simple question to answer. Either A, he's a sadistic psychopath that was trolling Dreamer from the start, and all of those other questions asked are merely answered with optics, or he is the closeted homosexual variety of a psychopath that also has a penchant for prolifically lying. In either case, he's kinda just a psychopath. At the end of the day, it's really so fucking bad that of all people, Vincent Martin is just correct here. Which is mildly annoying. And if you don't know who Vincent Martin is, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of irrelevant, but it's funny. Anyway, I played the clip.
Dreamer, I told him to stop kicking you. What is going on?
I don't know. He's like acting like an
psychotic
asshole.
He's
Wait, but
being
what
a
did he
psychotic
tell you to
fucking
do?
asshole.
He told me to like detransition or like it was over and he just kicked me.
Yeah, we're used to the fucking insane antics of ZV Dreamer, okay?
Dreamer, do you know how old
I don't ever
ZV
say
is?
that.
We don't take him seriously. I would suggest you not get into any sort of emotional attachment to the fucking man, okay?
Vincent Martin, I'm right here, nigga. Okay, damn.
Yes,
Wow.
I think it's psychotic to fucking get in a relationship. Talking to you is one thing.
So to recap real quick, if you think this guy is a piece of shit because he's a massive hypocrite about racism, a topic, by the way, he's talked about with more frequency than just about me, or if you think this guy is fucked up because he's apparently a prolific liar that brags about lying to his audience and lying about other people, or if you think this guy is just a general psychopath for either completely crushing some person who's mentally more stunted than him because he's too deeply closeted to handle his own emotions, and or you take his word for it and he just did it as a manipulation from the start just to hurt somebody who's more mentally fucked up than he is, well, don't worry, it actually gets substantially worse. What do I mean by that? Well, that's what the next chapter's for. So as it turns out, Vicky likes to dox people, apparently. Or at the very least, brag about it.
I doxed Mrao. I doxed Dickers. I doxed... What's his name? Lio? Who else did I dox? What is your take on that?
So I haven't talked to Lio about this because, well, quite frankly, I don't see the point. Lio put all of that information out there in the first place. So Vicky trying to say that, you know, he doxed Lio Convoy, I don't really buy that. Lio kind of just doxed himself. I didn't talk to Morale either because, you know what, to be honest with you, I just believe that Vicky, at the very least, attempted to dox Morale. So I mean, he's a little obsessed with Morales, so I could easily just believe that. However, I did ask Dickers because I hadn't seen anything about that at all. I didn't see any reason to. And I find it a little strange that he was bragging about doxing Dickers there, given the fact that not even that long before that recording, he had said this about Dickers.
Okay, that sounds kind of hot, though. That sounds kind of hot.
You blown out by Dickers?
Yes, I did. That was so hot. Have you seen how Dickers looks? Oh my god. Have you seen how Dickers looks? Let me put him on screen so you guys can actually look at how hot Dickers is. Listen. Why is it good if I say... Why are you guys saying, oh no? This is what he looks like, by the way. You guys see my stream? Oh my god. Look at him.
I'm watching.
Look at, oh my god, look at him. Look at he's so good looking. I would gladly get raped by him, okay? I would gladly.
Ed Sheeran. Oh my god. It's Ed Sheeran.
Hey, he's at least a 4, maybe.
A 4?
He kind of looks like
So, yeah, that's a little odd. Parasocial, even. Crazy. So, yeah, I naturally asked Dickers, and he confirms it. So, good for you, I guess. You doxed people there, Vicky. Good job. I also find it intriguing he went through all of that effort to apparently dox all those people, specifically Lio Convoy, of course. And the reason why I find that interesting, aside from the prior mentioned fact that Lio Convoy has repeatedly doxed himself, is that a person had went into Viaki's stream chat and literally doxed Lio Convoy's entire address on Viaki's own stream not even that long ago. And this is what Viaki had to say.
Okay, Kwani, can you please time out Avenger, please. Please. Can you please time out Avenger, please? Oh my god.
For how long?
For as long as you want to. Just get rid of that guy.
Alright. I got it. No, he's timed out.
My god. Like, I was willing to not time this guy out because I'm like real nice.
I wouldn't even look at what he was doing.
I'd say I'm really nice and I don't like to like ban people from my spaces, right? But it's like, you can't come over here and dox people in my stream chat. Like, you physically can't do that. So, Avenger, you're not. I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you actually just can't come here and like dox people in my stream chat. Kill yourself.
Interesting. You know, so much for being a troll. This little troll persona is kind of slowly dying away, by the way. And the thing is, I wish that was the worst I could say here. I really do. I wish I could say something like, he has weird associations with the UTTP, and bring that up. But I don't really feel the need to, because, well, before I get into that, listen to this clip.
I abide by the laws. I'm not a criminal. I'm technically not a criminal. I am lawful.
So yeah, the claim that he's not a criminal and that he's lawful and all that other shit is super interesting, given the fact that he literally says this to Dreamer.
Dreamer, what would you do if I said, well, I swatted Lio? What would you do if I said that?
What? If you
What would you do if I said I swatted Lio? What would you do if I said that?
Be a little disappointed.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's not good to do.
What would you do if I said, okay, is that what you think?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's disappointing?
Yeah.
Why did you suddenly go soft?
What? Nothing. I'm just soft.
What do you mean nothing? Your tone of voice suddenly went soft. What was that about?
I don't know. Did you?
Did I?
Did
Is there proof I did?
No. I'd still like you, but
But what?
But you shouldn't do it again.
What if I did it again?
I don't know.
So?
The guy is literally sitting there, cock in hand, bragging about swatting someone. That's very UTTP coded there, Vicky. What's crazy about this, too, is that if you felt bad for Dreamer earlier, well, I wouldn't feel too bad about it because Dreamer sat there and was just okay with it, I guess. At least enough to not say anything to anyone, and in fact to continue to talk to Vicky long after this. So I find it a little frustrating that this was just kept under wraps for so fucking long. Nobody took issue with this. Nobody said, hey, maybe I should tell somebody. Hey, this is kind of fucked up. And the reason that's a problem is these are two people that have sat there and virtue signaled to death. I mean, we're talking about the same Vicky that made a 1-hour video about Lio and myself in the same video. A video, no, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to sit there for an hour watching that fucking video. I don't even care enough. But he sits there, according to basically everybody I've talked to, virtue signaling for an hour straight. This is also Dreamer, who has virtue signaled the entire YouTube career that they had. And I say had because Dreamer has deleted literally every video that Dreamer had done in the wake of all this drama, except -1, where Dreamer is basically leaking 11 days worth of recordings from that GC. The point is that nobody in this story is particularly a good person. Everybody in this story either was okay with fucked up shit or did fucked up shit. And that wouldn't be the worst thing on the planet if it weren't for the fact that these people would have virtue signaled about fucked up shit had myself or Lio done said fucked up shit. Vicky is a liar, a psychopath, and a criminal. That's the bottom line. However, there are some other people that were in association with Vicky that isn't Dreamer or Vincent Martin. And those are the people that I'm going to discuss in the next chapter. So an interesting individual that comes up in these GCs is everybody's favorite internet adjacent. Now, to be clear here, I don't know a whole lot about that particular drama with internet adjacent and all that shit and Parlo and blah, 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 blah. I don't even care. But frankly speaking, that is not a guy that I'd want to be hanging out with in the wake of all those claims that came up. Just saying. However, I want to focus in on Jar. Apologies for the very abrupt and very vertical cut to the outdoors. I was out here working for quite a number of hours, which is why I'm covered in sawdust, and while I was out here I was thinking, hey, wouldn't it be nice, even charitable, to introduce to Jar a concept that appears very foreign to him? You know, the outdoors. And while we're here talking about Jar, you might be asking, wait, why the fuck are we talking about Jar in a Vicky video? And that's a really good question. You see, Jar, along with some other interesting people, such as Vincent Martin and Pedo Adjacent, they were in this group chat together. And Jar, unlike the prior mentioned individuals, you see, he decided that he would plot to come after me.
I do have a plan. The problem is every time I even begin to reveal my plan, someone leaks it and I don't know you well enough. And even if I knew you for 5-10 years, I still would have like a hard time trusting you after it real. Not because of you, but because of like people in general. But for now, it will take a couple of months to start up, but for now, I need to focus on getting 2 other videos finished, and then I can focus. And then my plan is to make a video on Gilded too.
Why? Why come after me? Why is that, Jar? Well, I mean, I know what you said. You said that the reason being is because going after me would somehow make it easier for you to go after Lio.
My plan is basically to take out Lio's support. I don't need to destroy Gilded Poo. I just need to hit him one time to put him in a weakened state.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go now because I need to take a dump.
Well, that doesn't really make any fucking sense, Jar. But really, though, why? You see, I was the one guy that has been bitching for the better part of a year, despite the fact I only made one video on you, which wasn't even that harsh. I've been bitching for the better part of the year about everybody who has been making quote-unquote JARTENT. Because, well, you're boring. You're boring, Jar. You're profoundly boring. I don't know why actually anyone finds you even remotely interesting. You could waltz right into a preschool and boink literally every child therein, and you would still manage to be less interesting. You would still be fucking boring. You're fucking boring. That is, by far and away, your worst sin. Above all, I don't care that you simped for Cinny Bear or tried to fuck Cinny Bear. I don't care about any of that shit. You're boring. That's your first and number one problem. In fact, you're so boring that the reason that you wanted to go after me was an idea you actually just stole from Vicky.
If all eyes are on me, people won't be able to ignore Gilded Poo supporting a 17-year-old girl getting murdered by an actual pedophile.
And speaking of you and Vicky, what is this about you trying to convince your girlfriend into a three-way? You know, with you, her, and Vicky.
Oh.
Hey everybody.
Hey babe.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Oh,
So I just had a date with my girlfriend. It was very wonderful.
Is she
Yeah.
bad?
Oh, she's bad. All right, she's really bad.
Do you share or not?
Do I share? Like, are you asking if we're swingers?
Yeah, like, would you let me join in, like, for one night or something?
Oh, trust me, I've been trying to have a three-way with me, my girlfriend, and Via Queen for the longest time, but she keeps saying no.
Three with a ZB? I'm crying
Yeah.
already. You wanna? Hold on.
You see, the problem is, I'm straight, and my
Check DMs, check DMs, check DMs.
Yeah, so you say that you're straight in that clip, and I don't really know if I believe you. I think you're about as closeted as Via gay. I say that because the guy is very obviously gay, right? So what was the plan, right? You were going to mount your girlfriend, and he was going to mount your butt? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It's about the only outcome that one could expect, really. I say that, of course, because, well, look at the entire rest of this fucking video, bro. Not that that's bad or anything. It's just the two of you are insanely deeply closeted. It's fucking weird. From what it looks like to me, you two weren't going to share your girlfriend. No, of course not. Your girlfriend and him were going to share you. So speaking of your girlfriend, now that we're on the topic, I wonder if she's going to follow through what she said here.
He told me he would not do drama again. He told a lot of people he would not do drama again. And then the moment he thought he would get a one-up on somebody, that's exactly what he did. Does that sound to you like somebody whose word and intent you can trust?
Not really, no.
So, if he does break his word to you again, let me rephrase that. When he breaks his word to you again, what are you going to do?
If he were to do that again, and I told him to leave, if he compromised, obviously he would move out and leave, and I wouldn't have to deal with him. But if he ended up being, like, not very capable, or he ended up being, like, upset, obviously I would have to call authorities.
Yeah, I wonder how she feels about all of this. I'm really curious. I hope that she follows through on her word, or if she doesn't, that she cheats on you with your black roommate and just doesn't tell you a goddamn thing, you know, until she delivers the baby. And yes, I'm fully aware that technically speaking, his roommate is no longer technically his roommate anymore. But, you know, she can still fuck him. frankly speaking, Jar, I think you need to find something better to do with your life. Seriously. I think you need to walk outside, find your nearest black locust, and give it a nice big hug, and repeatedly headbutt it. If you're not going to go outside, at least do it once and never come back. Now, to conclude here, I would like to stress that I could be completely wrong about Vicky being a total psychopath. Yeah, it's entirely the case that all of this was just a ruse, just a meme, if you will, to get people to yell at him, because apparently he has a humiliation fetish according to these DMs. So maybe that was it. Maybe that was the plan all along. I don't know. Maybe I'm just playing into his hand, perhaps, but you know, whatever. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. And so if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you really, really like this video, be sure to consider joining my Patreon link down below. However, if you have this weird Zoomer ADHD problem where clicking a link is just too much of a problem for you, you can always hit the join button and become a member of the Gilded Poo channel today, and its various perks. And while we're on that subject, I'd like to say thank you to M1 for making the thumbnail for today's video, and also I'd like to thank Astra, whatever the fuck, I can't remember the full name. I'd like to thank Astra for editing this video. Couldn't have done it without her. And of course, last but not least is the patrons and the members of Gilded Poo, of this poo cabal, if you will. Thank you guys for being there and helping me make shit like this. Your money not only goes to drinking my liver into oblivion, but it also goes to supporting these starving artists who, without your patronage, would surely starve to death somewhere in the Sahara Desert. Anyways, again, thanks for watching, and remember, go fuck yourself.